going on, everybody? Today we have an incredible 4-3-3 tactic here for you guys. It is geared towards those elite or upper echelon type teams. So if you are a couple years into a save and are building an absolutely insane team, this tactic is going to make sure that you win every single trophy under the sun. For today's tactic, we ended up testing with Man City, Arsenal, as well as AC Milan. All of them winning silverware, and one team won 7 trophies in one season. You can probably guess who that is. But before we get into today's video, if you wish to utilize this tactic, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. You can join the Discord. That is where you'll be able to download the tactic from and utilize it within your saves. But now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, we're going to start off with Man City. How did they do within all competitions? Well, in the league, they won the league on 95 points. They actually won it on goal differential over Liverpool, showing just how good Liverpool is and Man City are both within FM, because Man City only lost 1 game and still only won on goal differential. But when we look at all the other competitions, how did they do? Well, they're the team that won 7 trophies in one season. As you already know, they won the league. They also won the Carabao Cup, the Community Shield. They won the Champions League 6-1 over RB Salzburg, won the Super Cup, won the FA Cup, and they are also the current title holders of the Club World Cup. So there we go. 7 trophies, 1 season. They're dominating the world of football right now. And a couple key factors as to why they're dominating is because of how many players are scoring double-digit goals within this tactic. There were 7 players that scored double-digit goals. Number 1 being Erling Haaland. He had 84 goals. Kevin De Bruyne with 22, Phil Foden with 21, Grealish 19, Rodri and Bernardo Silva both had 12, and then Jeremy Doku had 10. And there were also 7 different players with double-digit assists. Those were Bernardo Silva with 26, KDB with 25, Phil Foden with 20, Jack Grealish with 19, Rodri and Nathan Ake both with 15, and Erling Haaland had 11. So overall, the machine that is Erling Haaland had 95 goal contributions in all comps. Now we're going to move on to Arsenal. How did they perform within the Prem? They ended up finishing 2nd in the league by 1 goal. Them and Liverpool both finished on 85 points, but Liverpool finished on 62 goal differential, and Arsenal finished on 61 goal differential. However, they did end up winning the Community Shield and they won the Champions League, which for an Arsenal side that still has a little bit ways to go, winning the Champions League and losing the league by only 1 goal, that is very impressive. Their top goal contributions came from Gabriel Jesus with 23, Martin Odegaard with 17, and Bukayo Saka with 14. And assist-wise, Martin Odegaard had 24 and Gabriel Martinelli with 12. Now when it comes to AC Milan, they had a very interesting season. They ended up winning the Serie A by 10 points over Inter Milan. They finished on 90 points with 101 goals scored. And then they also ended up winning the Coppa Italia. So AC Milan secured themselves a double. Kind of like how Arsenal did, if you want to count the Community Shield as part of that double. But the one thing that really surprised me on their season, how dominant they were in Italy, was that they got knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League, and then I realized as to why. They were in Group D in the Champions League, which was the group of death. They were in with Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and Real Sociedad, and them and Sociedad did not muster any wins. So if they literally could have just gotten 1 win, probably could have gone to the Europa League and won that, securing a treble. But numbers-wise for the players, how did they do? Olivier Giroud was the top goal scorer with 26 goals, Pulisic had 15, Leao with 12, and Samuel Chukwueze with 10. Gianni Rangers had 17 assists, Theo Hernandez with 15, Leao with 12, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek with 10. So overall, competitions-wise and player production-wise, this tactic is absolutely incredible. But before we get into the tactic in FM24, I want to break it down through tacticalboard.com. So here is how the tactic will look within FM24. Don't have the roles on screen right now, but we are about to go over them. So the complete forward up top is going to be on attack. That was where Erling Haaland was playing. We do have 2 inside forwards, 1 on each wing. However, the one on the left wing is on the support duty. The one on the right is on the attack duty. We had an advanced playmaker on attack next to a box-to-box midfielder on support, with a ball-winning midfielder on support. That midfield trio is amazing. And this back line, this quadruple right here, this combo is absolutely insane within FM this year. I don't know why, but it's very, very good. You got a wingback on support at left back, a ball-playing defender on defend as the left center back, central defender on defend as the right center back, and an inverted fullback on defend at right back with a sweep keeper on support and net. Now, the thing about rocking a complete forward instead of an advanced forward, which would basically have Erling Haaland completely focusing on his goal scoring duties, complete forwards are kind of like the Harry Kane role. So I know that Erling Haaland has a little bit of playmaking ability, so I wanted to be able to utilize that. Same thing with Gabriel Jesus, and not so much Olivier Giroud, but wanted to see how he would do with it. And all of them produce great goal scoring numbers and some decent assist numbers as well. So that was the thought process behind using that complete forward on attack. Now, with the inside forwards, one is going to be on support, so it's going to sit a little bit deeper when cutting inside than, say, the one on attack. When they are on attack, they kind of operate as wide strikers in a way. When they are on support, they still kind of operate like that, but first and foremost, they're thinking about creating some plays, which was why Jack Grealish, who will be playing that inside forward on support duty for Man City, he had 19 goals as well as 19 assists. So when those three are built up into the box, this is how they will most likely line up. You then have the wingback on support being the only one that will overlap, because I wanted to make sure that we stick to a back three, that we always have three defenders back, and it helped big time with a lot of these teams. I think 2 out of the 3 led in clean sheets. And then also, Man City only conceded 23 goals. They had 21 clean sheets, 23 goals conceded. So that's very, very good. So having these three to where they are constantly always back, that is fantastic. When it comes to the box-box midfielder, I wanted to make sure that we had someone that could both attack and be able to defend. Bernardo Silva was listed as the best player to be able to do that for Man City. However, when it came to Arsenal, it was Declan Rice. And I would much prefer Declan Rice to playing that box-box midfielder role. I just think that he would definitely fit it more so than Bernardo Silva. Then we have that advanced playmaker on attack, the KDB Martin Odegaard role. That is also what Tiani Reindeers played, and he led in assists. Then we have that ball-winning midfielder on support. So this is kind of how it would line up when we are in the opponent's half. Yes, there isn't anyone out wide here, but being that your players, especially at higher levels, will be knowledgeable, the inside forward will know, okay, I can drift a little bit wider to keep a little bit of width, or even your playmaker will as well. So now that we have gone over that little bit of tactical analysis, let's get into the tactic within FM. So here we are with the tactic. You will be looking for a tactic file in my download section of my Discord called Gormy's 433 Avalanche. That is what the tactic will be called. And just a little refresher, we've got that complete forward on attack up top, inside forward on support on the left, inside forward on attack on the right, box-to-box midfielder on support next to an advanced playmaker on attack with a ball-winning midfielder on support as that midfield trio, and the foursome in the back to make up that insane back line is a wing-back on support, ball-playing defender on defend, central defender on defend, and an inverted fullback on defend with a sweep keeper on support. Now the complete forward on attack has shoot more often and tackle harder. The inside forward on support has crosses aimed at center, shoot more often and tackle harder. Same thing with the inside forward on attack, so crosses aimed at center, shoot more often and tackle harder. That box-to-box midfielder on support has crosses aimed at the far post, get further forward, move into channels, and tackle harder. The advanced playmaker on attack has crosses aimed at the far post, get further forward, and tackle harder. Ball-winning midfielder on support has take more risks. The wingback on support has cross more often, crosses aimed at center, and tackle harder. The inverted fullback on defend has crosses aimed at center. The central defender on defend has tackle harder. And the ball-playing defender on defend has tackle harder, while that sweep keeper on support being left as is. This tactic is meant to be played with an attacking mentality. You can go positive if you are a side that isn't up to par with some of the elites, like maybe top 6 within your league, then maybe go balanced. But I would highly suggest either sticking with attacking or going positive if you would rather do that. When we're in transition, we have narrow attacking width, overlap on the left, and play out from the defense. We work the ball into the box. We use low crosses in the final third, shorter passing directness and slightly higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter and distribute to the fullbacks and center backs. And once out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, and more often trigger press. Now, as some examples, I will give you kind of a range of teams that I feel that you could use this type of tactic with. I think you can use it with anyone from like a AC Milan, Arsenal, Man City, as we tested with in this video today. So like the upper echelon, elite tier type teams, all the way down to like a Bournemouth or even a Nottingham Forest, if you're able to kind of fit the players into a system like this. However, if you are a relegation type side, so the likes of like a Luton Town or a Burnley, or maybe even like I would say based on how they perform within the game, like FC Cologne in the Bundesliga, I probably wouldn't use this type of tactic. If you wanted to, I would probably do these few little tweaks. Instead of having the complete forward on attack, I would end up putting it to an advanced forward on attack, just because finding a player at that type of level that your teams would be at to play a complete forward would be kind of difficult. I would switch the sweeper keeper from on support just to a normal goalkeeper on defend. I would take that mentality down from attacking either positive or balanced. And I would drop the high press line of engagement down to a mid block. And if you're not feeling confident with that ball playing defender, as they can tend to kind of just do what they want at times, just change that ball playing defender on defend to a central defender on defend and rock 2 central defenders. So now that we've gone over those tweaks, once again, if you wish to download this tactic, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. If you guys wish to give this tactic a go, once again, it will be Gormy's 433 Avalanche under the download section in the Discord. And if you happen to enjoy today's video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button? I'll be popping up some videos I've done already tactic-wise on screen right now for you guys if you wish to keep on binging those and looking at some of the other tactics I have done. And I'll also be popping up all the FM24 videos I've done so far this year. But until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.